Good morning, Mrs. Bartholomew. How are you doing today?
It's fine, thanks.
Great. What brings you here today to clinic?
Well, it's time for Eden's checkup.
Great. Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about how she's been doing since we last saw her?
She's been doing pretty good. She's had a cold lately.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, she's doing well.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about her cold, and then we'll go through some of the sort of normal baby stuff that's been up for you guys.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds good. She's had a runny nose since Friday.
Okay.
And a little bit of a fever, I think. Slight cough last couple days. But has eaten fine and seems pretty happy.
Okay. Anybody been sick at home?
Yeah, my husband's been sick, and our babysitter's been sick.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
What kind of illnesses did they have?
Just a cold, cough, and runny nose, and sore throat.
Some of the same symptoms that you've been noticing with Eden?
Yeah.
Okay. You said she had a little bit of she felt warm. Did you get a chance to take her temperature?
Yeah, last night we took it. It was 100.5.
Okay.
That's the first time we've taken it.
Alrighty. Tell me a little bit about her eating and her sleeping and how she's sort of been acting since the cold.
Since the cold, she's been eating actually a little more. She seems a little thirstier than usual, so.
Okay.
She's mostly still getting breast milk, although she gets a bottle or two of formula a day.
Okay.
And she eats solid foods now, usually twice a day, sometimes 3 times.
So she's been eating real well, it sounds like, despite having the stuffy nose and a little bit of the cough.
Yeah, she doesn't have trouble eating. She has a little trouble sleeping because the cold wakes her up and the cough wakes her up.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Is she sleeping more during the day?
Yeah, to make up for the nighttime, she's taken longer naps the last few days than usual.
Have you been able to get any extra naps in since you've probably been up during the night with her?
Not really.
All right.
It would be nice. But
So you're pretty tired, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty tiring to have a sick baby, that's for sure.
Yeah, I bet. Have you gotten any extra help at home with her being sick so you can get a little bit of a break?
Yeah, my mother-in-law came over the other day.
Great.
Babysat.
Good.
Brief period.
Good. Any changes in her poops or in her peeing?
No, about the same.
Okay. Okay, good. And any problems with throwing up?
No.
Okay. Any extra fussiness or seeming more cranky than usual?
Well, she was a little cranky the first day of the cold, but the last few days she seems back to herself.
Okay. Okay, good. Any rashes?
Not that I've seen, no. Mm-mm.
Okay. Alrighty. And anything else you've noticed that's been of concern during the last couple of days when you've noticed her stuffy nose and her cough?
Well, she has pulled on her ear a few times. I don't know if it's just itchy or made me wonder if she had an ear infection.
Alrighty. Which ear did she pull on?
The right one.
Okay. All right. She seems pretty happy,
Yeah.
despite all this going on.
That's right.
All right. Let me ask you a couple questions about her medical history in the last couple months.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your prenatal care and how your prenatal period went, and then go ahead and tell me a little bit about how she's been doing since she's been born.
Okay. Well, it was kind of a rough pregnancy. I had a lot of preterm labor, and I was on bed rest for a long time, but she ended up being born on her due date.
Great.
And she was 8 pounds, almost, 7:15. And she has done great ever since, grown really well, obviously, and has had all her shots and has been fine.
Okay, good. How has she been seeming developmentally in terms of her language and her sight and movement?
If anything, I think she's done everything a little early. She's sat up at 5 months and 5.5. Makes a lot of ma now.
Great.
Starting to try to wave a little bit.
Great. That's got to be really satisfying for her to, interact a little bit more with you.
Definitely.
That's good.
Does a lot more babbling.
You talk a lot? You big talker? Yeah, you are, aren't you? Yes, you are. Tell me a little bit about how she's been doing in terms of sitting, crawling. How's that been going?
Well, she's starting to try to crawl a little bit, but she can't really get up off her belly. So she pulls herself along on her belly.
Okay.
She's much happier to be standing.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
She'll be walking soon.
Yeah.
Do you remember when she rolled over first time?
3 months.
Okay.
From back to front. She did front to back sooner than that.
Oh,
So-
no.
Sweetie, you want to see her hunchback?
How's she been doing in terms of reaching and holding things?
Just fine. She just recently started banging 2 things together.
Great.
But she does really well with reaching at small things. She still can't pick up things with her finger and thumb yet, but she's working on that.
Well, that's to be expected. That's just fine. That's normal. Let's see. Any other concerns, questions?
Not that I can think of.
You talked a little bit earlier about her. Here we go. What you doing? We talked a little bit earlier about her eating. It looks like she's a great eater.
She is. She doesn't like solid food all that much. We sort of have to work on it, but she'll take it when she's hungry enough.
Oh no. Oh no. What kind of solid foods is she eating now?
She's tried most of the fruits and vegetables and rice cereal and oatmeal. And she definitely has her preferences of what she likes better than others.
That's great. And about how many bottles a day or breastfeeding a day is she getting?
About 5,
Great.
something like that.
And she feeds for how long?
Well, in the morning when she first wakes up, she'll feed for 15 or 20 minutes, and I usually breastfeed her. And then she gets bottles most of the time during the day when I'm at work, and they're usually like 4 to 6 ounce bottles.
Okay.
At night, sometimes she'll have an 8 ounce bottle.
Great.
Yeah.
Tell me how
She goes to bed.
she's been sleeping. How her sleep patterns changed as she's gotten a little bit older.
Well, she used to wake up like every 3 hours at night until she was about 2 or 3 months old, and now she'll go a little longer, although she still hasn't slept through the night consistently. Every once in a while she'll sleep 6 straight hours. That's about the
Okay.
best we've gotten so far.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's tiring.
It is tiring.
Is your husband helping in terms of taking turns and
Yeah, we
some
do.
of that
We
stuff?
take turns. We're both tired.
Great. Better to spread it out. All
Yeah.
right. And her daycare, how's that been going for you?
Good. We have a babysitter that we share with one other couple, and
Great.
We like her a lot. She's great.
Good.
And I work not quite full time, so I get to spend 1 day a week with her. which is
Great.
nice.
Good. All right. Do you have any other questions for today? Or should we go ahead and do her physical exam?
Not unless you know how to make her sleep through the night.
Oh, I wish there was a magic potion,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, there isn't.
Yeah.
All right.